Get your park clean. Hopefully this will work this second time around. For all you guys, please make sure you do not put your slideshow to a full screen because it will only keep it on the first slide. You won't be able to go through it. So that's how I caught mine when I went back to look at it. So let's begin here. Start screen share. Okay, here's a picture. Here's the George McGough Nature Park. This is something I actually got this picture from Google. It's the only picture I got from Google. The rest of them I did myself. The overview, the park provides food and shelter for animals, a place for the public to go to enjoy the scenes of the wildlife. It's a place that has been around for a long time, and as long as we keep the park clean, it'll continue to be there for a long time. If we continue to make it a dirty place, then chances are of it staying open in the long term will be up in the air. As for the introduction, this is a picture of me standing here by the park. The park is home to some owls, some hawks, some turtles, some birds. It's got a lot of things going on. It's got a wooden deck that goes around the outside of it. It's got a deck that goes out onto the water for people to see. So it's a good environment for people to go to enjoy the park. It's kind of low key. It's not very popular because most people just don't know about it. It gets a lot of volunteers to come there and help out, whether it's at the front desk or cleaning up the park and stuff like that. So there's a lot of excitement that goes on here. Of course, one of the key issues is, as if you look at the current situation, is there's trash laying on the ground. This trash is at the beginning of the park, and it's, you know, who wants to go in a park and the first thing you see is trash laying on the ground? So it's kind of important to make sure that you keep this trash cleaned up. Who wants to walk into a dirty place? Not really. Of course, keeping this trash cleaned up can go a long ways. It keeps visitors coming, keeps revenues coming up, people coming into the office and buying stuff, more people coming in trying to donate money, because a lot of times the park gets donation money from people to take care of these birds and the turtles and stuff like that by paying for stuff. So it's kind of important to keep this park clean. And of course, right here you can see some factors. There's trash laying on one of the wooden decks there, and right below there's a little turtle pond, which has, you know, anywhere between 100 and 200 turtles in there. So it's kind of you want to keep this clean. These turtles don't deserve to be eaten. The trash is left behind for us, and neither do the squirrels and the birds and stuff like that. So of course we need to keep this park clean. And of course, here's a picture of my little girl. It's basically asking me, why is there trash on the ground? And of course, I had to tell her, I don't know. I said, you know, well, let's just pick it up. I said, people sometimes get a little lazy and don't want to pick up after themselves. And if you look in the back there's a trash can. So you can see how close she is there. That's only maybe 20 feet. So they could have easily thrown this away. You got pavilions sitting right there where that trash can is. So obviously the people sitting there in those pavilions were sitting there having a good old time and didn't want to pick up after themselves when they left. So of course, we're throwing trash down to have our kids pick up the trash, or these animals pick up the trash, or it ends up in the water and the fish pick up the trash. Either way, it's not good for the environment or the people for trash being on the ground. So we need to pick up this trash. An alternative, you know, we clean up, we've got flowers, we've got a clean yard, we got a beautiful scenery for people to enjoy and to look around. This draws more people there, draws more volunteers, it draws more everything, so people get to enjoy the park. It's a nice park if we keep it clean, just like any other park. You keep it clean, it's nice, and that's the main thing. You need to keep the park clean. An alternative to keeping this park clean is by putting signs around. We put signs around the area, and signs can be bought from donation. People just throw a little donation box outside, or, you know, donation box sitting out there. People can throw money in. We put signs around the trails and around the park, stuff like that. You know, and a good visual can go a long way. Keeping the park clean, you know, just little signs might help. Of course, here's an alternative. If we don't keep it clean, you get, you know, turtles like this that crawl around into the trash, and all of a sudden they grow and it hurts them. So this ain't what we want. But on top of these signs, alternative is trash cans. The city of Largo has trash cans for residents that are given to them for free. So this can be given to the park for free, so that way the park can be cleaned up. Of course, the question is, who's going to pick up the trash? Well, this trash can be picked up by the volunteers. They've got golf carts that drive around on the property And all they would have to do is go up to some of these trash cans, dump them, go around, get them, and then take them up to the front of the park where the dumpster is. So it's not that hard of an issue to take care of, but just by adding a couple signs and a few trash cans, and then you get the park cleaned up a little bit better. Of course, you do got homeless people come in there and trash it, but you know that's just like any park. The strategic option, of course, we've got two ways we can go with this. The one way we can go to the left, we keep the park clean, the environment's clean, there's no pollution, and then nobody's suffering. The animals are happy, there's no trash in the water, the fish ain't eating the plastic, and we all know that plastic ends up in the fish. It messes up their ecosystems, their production, and everything, and their sex and everything. So it's important to keep this park clean, as well as, you know, it messes up the turtles too. Of course, we got the option. The other option is that we don't pick up this park and the park closes, or there not enough people come, no visitors. The animals then start to suffer because there's no donation money helping. So then they're out of there. So then all you got is a bunch of trees with trash all over the place. And then, of course, that's not a good thing, because the community's not going to like it, neither the kids that go there. And then nobody's going to have a fun place to go during the day anymore because it's too dirty. Here's some of the benefits. These animals are taken care of because of the donation. People coming in there, enjoying the park, and they donate money to the park. This benefit is something that the park can be taken care of, you know, and people get to enjoy the benefit. Not only are there these hawks, but they got owls, little screech owls, they've got snakes, they got fish and turtles. And these are all benefits that are helping from keeping the park clean right now. The risk, of course, is closure. If not closure, then you got trash all over the place. The animals are not going to be taken care of. Kids are not going to be safe because there's too much trash. They could trip and fall, hurt themselves. The animals eat it, you know. So it's a good idea to keep this park clean, because, you know, it's there for a reason. We don't need to have the park closed down just over some trash because no one goes there no more. And it's simple, you know. The volunteers can do this stuff by helping. The final recommendation is to keep the park clean at the end of the day. The volunteers and people who go there, it's not so much their job to keep this park clean, but they do it. Putting signs up, advertising, trying to get more people in there would help. Put signs up to keep people to, you know, get a visual, or they learn how to keep the park clean. Why to keep the park clean? Advertise to get more people into the park, which draw more money into the park. Then they could put maybe more signs up. Of course, more people might bring more trash, but that's kind of a risk you'd have to take. I think with the signs, you might be able to have the trash picked up. And of course, maybe with all these people coming, you might be able to get maybe some free advertisement. Maybe someone works for the radio broadcasting, and then they can broadcast over the radio for free about the park. So getting this park clean can be a good thing, because it can draw a lot of revenue for the park, help the animals, keeps the environment clean, and plus it keeps, you know, someone like me bringing my daughter to the park all the time, and then as she gets older, she gets to continue to come and bring her kids or be with her friends. So let's keep the park clean and keep the environment clean, and especially the George McGough Nature Park. And that is my final where I got. Of course, the only reference was that I took the Google picture, and that's what I got. Let's see here. If I stop this broadcast.